Since the homelessness sector was founded 50 years ago, the number of people living in housing precarity and sleeping rough has increased, and the scale and severity of the problem calls for deeper thinking for a solution. Concerns about the growing numbers of people in the UK experiencing housing precarity and homelessness are well researched. However, the inequalities caused by intersecting identities in relation to the vulnerability of individuals to sleeping rough and housing insecurity has been neglected in literature and also in UK policy. Titled, "How far might the use of an intersectional lens improve policies towards homelessness and housing insecurity in the UK?" This dissertation utilized the method of secondary research to investigate such connections.
Advanced speech recognition and machine learning are used by this wearable translator to identify spoken language. It then translates the speech into the desired language, allowing for practically immediate communication. The ambassador interpreter is a vital tool in today's more globalized society because of its capacity to handle such a wide range of languages, from Mandarin and Arabic to Spanish and French. For instance, it has been found that when schools address racial bias alongside other kinds of inequality on a whole school level, it benefits all pupils because it enables organizations to build intervention strategies on a more comprehensive understanding of all learners' necessities who may be disadvantaged on multiple grounds.
According to anti-racists and multiculturalists, racism is a fundamental component of capitalist societies with a white majority. Moreover, anti-racism, as a racial endeavor, protects against the manifestation of racism in society. Additionally, anti-racism is still visible in grassroots initiatives against school exclusions, in addition to efforts to generate anti-racist educational materials.
The latter acknowledges the necessity of fostering cross-cultural communication and comprehension as well as the acknowledgement of internationally contextualized ideologies. Multicultural beliefs have emerged through racial discrimination challenges. Moreover, research shows that multicultural education has been partially successful in ensuring Black and minority groups' rights and freedoms in education. In the new global economy, racism has become a central issue. In the UK, students and teachers experience racism as part of their everyday lives. However, contemporary social movements like Black Lives Matter (BLM) emphasize how we are still far from eliminating racial injustice and the unjust privilege that whiteness gives. The purpose of the research presented here is to study racial inequality and examine multicultural, anti-racist education strategies in UK secondary schools.
In practice, culture refers to elite goods and activities such as haute cuisine, high fashion or haute couture, museum caliber art and classical music. The word cultured referred to people who knew about and took part in these activities. For example, Someone who used culture in this sense might argue that classical music is more refined than music by working class people, such as jazz or the indigenous music traditions of Aboriginal peoples. This does not necessarily mean the lessons were wasted. Millions of Spanish speakers use neither standard Latin American Spanish nor Castilian, which predominates in US schools. The confusion is partly political. The Spanish-speaking world is very diverse. Spanish is the language of 19 separate countries and Puerto Rico. This means that there is no one standard dialect. The most common Spanish dialect taught in the US is Standard Latin American.
Another focal area has to do with student discipline. Some of the teachers have expressed mixed fortunes about the effects of mindfulness applications on behavior. While some teachers report that there is a decline in the disruptive behaviors and an upsurge in positive social behaviors, others note that these are not as noticeable among all students.